What's going on, guys? I found that clip from that video that we just saw the other day. Here's the Russ video. Russ exposes how the music industry fakes streams on Andrew Schultz Flagrant. So we're going to check this out. This is a slightly older clip, 8 months old. Let's check it out. Bam.
How are these labels fucking artists with the streams?
Yeah.
I don't know how they're doing it, but it feels like they're doing it.
Yeah.
And how are they tricking us? Because I see these people that go crazy, album goes #1, but then they can't fill up a show.
Right.
It's bad.
So the math is not math.
Right. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is.
But explain it. Where
I mean, so it's one of those things that like everyone in the industry knows is going on.
That guy looks cozy.
Faking the streams. It's a real thing.
So the label buys the streams from Spotify?
So here's the deal. When you talk to these people, because I've talked to these people, because I've been like, what is this? How are y'all doing this? They never disclose the mechanics of like how they actually fake the streams. There's like, you know, rumors of like streaming farms, or we're delving out fucking computers in third world countries and hacking the back end to make it look like it's an IP.
And if you get caught doing
like
that,
all this nutty shit,
you're blocked, you're banned.
The reality is
you're out,
the labels are spending money, and you know, devil's advocate, they're treating it like a marketing expense. Because in a sense, it like almost is.
Of course.
You're going to spend $100,000 on billboards. You're going to spend $100,000 on streams.
Right.
The streams is going to put you in a playlist.
You're going to spend real money to get fake streams that equate to real money. So that's why they think it makes sense. Because it's like, okay, the streams are fake, but the money's real.
Right.
So what do we care? Especially, they're not doing it with like up and coming artists who like you wouldn't believe it. You know, they're doing it with people like where it's okay. If let's say your song has 500 million streams, right? Organically. But let's say with fake streams, now you're at 900 million. No one's gonna sit there and be like, this is more like a 500 million stream song. They're just gonna be like, this is a big song, makes sense, it has 900 million.
That's honestly so smart.
Yeah, they're not doing it to the dude across the street and giving him 1 billion streams. They're doing it to people who really can get 500 million. But let's just pump it to get 900.
Now you're getting #1.
Now you get #1.
So you can pay for a #1.
Oh yeah. What?
Yeah,
what does the
sure.
#1 cost?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's crazy to even think about that.
I mean,
what does a #1 song in America cost?
And that's not new.
The reality is this:
even
you
before
do have
streaming,
to have a real
that's
fan
not
base
new.
to a certain extent,
right?
You have to have people who are really consuming the music,
right?
And your song has to actually be moving around organically. Once it's that, then they'll push the button on it,
right?
And it just depends. Like it's a campaign. It could be like it's like a 12-week campaign, and it might be 60 grand, 70 grand, whatever it is.
That's it.
And it's
to have the #1 song.
And
on
that
Spotify.
70 grand, the ROI is crazy because that 70 grand might bring you back 200, 300.
Yeah, and even just seeing the song #1, you're more likely to check it out. Now, how so?
Right,
that's what I'm saying.
Cheap.
That's
And
exactly what I said.
Yeah, if you see
and
something
it's also,
successful.
Labels are like, all CEOs at labels are obsessed with market share. Like, who has the market share? Sony has 25%.
Market share means the amount of streamed
like whose
songs at that moment.
Right. And
who total streams, how many percent's yours?
Yeah, right. And there's like bonuses that are associated with
it's
that's
business.
their incentive
It's business.
structure.
Right.
If you're #1, you're going to get the trickle down, so they're going to try to boost.
Right.
Now, maybe you can't quantify it, but you said you can't do it with any song. You could take it from number 10 to #1, or you got to be like 3, and then I mean,
look, Spotify even just put out this statement that said anything over, what was it, 80% and 90%?
Yeah.
Anything over 90,
they're going to call out. So you could be 89% fake streams.
But that's what that's saying.
Shit, but over,
it's like that was Spotify's way of saying, we know what's going on. We're okay with it.
We're profiting off it.
It just can't, of course, because somebody doing 1 billion streams on your platform is a good look for your platform.
Right.
Because you're bragging about the amount of streams on your platform.
Think about where Apple Music loses to Spotify. 1, they don't show the streams. 2, when it came out like last year that there was only 1 song that has 1 billion streams on there, like it just doesn't look as sexy as Spotify.
And I feel like as a consumer, nobody's listening to Apple Music. Spotify must be better. I don't know shit. I'm just gonna go with the bigger one.
So the fake streams help the artist and the platform.
And the label. So like everyone wins. That's why no one's gonna say anything.
Think about it. If you're invested in Spotify, if your money is in Spotify shares, you want to know that it's getting the most streams and it's beating Apple by X
amount. And the
amount.
labels are invested. I remember when I was.
That's the craziest.
I remember when I was with Columbia, and Columbia you know, there was a point in time where like they sold their shares of Spotify, whatever the fuck. But everyone on the label, just depending on how many streams you were doing, you got a check. I got a crazy check from Columbia selling their shares of Spotify.
Wow.
Yeah. Huh?
Why did you get the crazy check?
Because I was doing a lot of streams on Spotify.
It was like you were getting a percentage,
Right.
So,
like,
so
based
this is
on
crazy.
your-
Billy Corgan was on Rogan talking about this. Did you see that episode?
No.
Where he was like, and I don't know how factual this is, but this is what he said. He's like, the labels took equity pieces in the streaming platforms.
Yes,
and then
that's
gave
what I'm saying.
the streamers
They did
sweetheart
that, like,
deals
early
on
on.
the artist music. So basically, we're going to charge you less for the artist music, which means the artist gets less.
Right.
But we are personally going to take equity positions in those companies.
Yeah.
Right.
So give
This
me a
was,
little
like,
bit of
early
Spotify. I'm going
on.
to give you this artist.
This is news. Early
music
on
for little,
with
but when your
Spotify and
brand
streaming.
builds because it needs
All
us to
this
build.
right here is
I
really
get that,
smart,
but you know who doesn't
actually.
get that?
The artist.
The artist.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, artists don't get
But,
shit.
and you know, but it's like the artist
Total
uses
pawns.
all of that for leverage to go get sponsorships, and it's all like fame driven.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all like the streams might be fake, but me being
It helps you
perceived as
just
a
move
massive
another step in your
artist.
career. Like, you
It's
can
real.
continue. Like,
So
all right,
now,
you passed this,
now I'm
you
getting
can
this,
continue.
now I'm getting that, and I'm monetizing it with this brand or with this sponsorship, whatever it is. So it's like, it's all just a fucking finesse, and it's all a scam.
And there's some artists that are like, I'm just going to live off of my deal. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't even care if I make enough money to pay back
Right.
the company or the label, whatever
Right.
it is. They're going to give me my advance. That's what I make.
Yeah.
Right? And
Well, and it's so funny when artists are like, I haven't seen a check since I got signed. It's like, because you're not
'Cause you
recouped.
didn't make any money.
It's like,
Yeah.
what are you so confused about?
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't make the money back.
Is it possible the artists don't know?
Oh, yeah. I don't think any of the artists know that their streams are being faked.
Wow.
No, but that's, and here's the thing. Here's the
It's
thing,
just-
That's
right?
heartbreaking.
They don't
Nah.
care. They're just,
But here's the thing. That's why,
caring about
first
it?
of all, I encourage every artist, audit your label. Make
Right.
sure there's an audit clause. Like, I'm auditing, you know, who I was with. And there's a lot of
Columbia.
money being found. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the reality is, like, you don't know. There's a lot of things that are just hidden in those statements and the marketing expenses.
We talked about this
And
in a previous
the reason
video.
why, like, if you're signed to a major label, right, it's so easy to just deny everything because there's a buffer. There's a label. The label's the middleman between the fake streams and you. So if it comes out that so-and-so is faking their streams, you can just play dumb. Be like, I had no idea.
the label must have did it.
Yeah, I didn't know what the label was spending their money on.
Right.
And when I have a hit song that has 1 billion streams, I'm not going to go, are we sure it's
Look,
a billion?
and this is not me like speculating, right?
Right.
This is me
Yeah.
talking to like top 5 most streamed artists in the world, and them talking to CEOs and CEOs admitting, and me on the phone with like managers of massive artists, and on the phone with the dude who fakes the stream, and them saying like, what's going on?
Wow.
Dude, you know what I just
So
thought
this
of?
is not. It's not like I'm not sitting here
It's not
like
conspiratorial.
yo,
This is how it
like,
was.
Right.
I really think people are fake.
Yeah.
And like once you know, it's really easy to tell which songs are being faked.
Who's the most
Right.
fake?
Yeah.
No, I can't say that.
Come on. Listen, I'm not going to. We were talking on
that
Brilliant
would,
Idiots,
that
and
would
Charlamagne
be
said
speculation, probably.
it was a Drake song that came out. It was a Drake and SZA's song.
Says it, yeah.
And he was like, it went number 1 1 week.
Yeah.
And the next week, it just fell off.
Right.
And he was like, listen, those are the types of things where you go, are these songs being pumped up by the label? Because I think Doja Cat's song Paint the Town Red had been in that top 5 for weeks.
Right.
That you're not going to keep faking streams
Yes,
for.
you are.
For real?
I'm not saying that she was doing that.
But you would fake
but I'm
streams
just
for
saying,
months?
I'm just saying, like, this is the thing.
Think of the perception you
You're
just had of
getting
Doja
real,
Cat.
like, it has
Right.
to
How
be a
big she
song.
was.
Right.
But there's going to
Right,
be diminishing
that's a good
returns if you
point.
keep having to spend $100
No.
grand every month, no?
Well, it's not $100,000 every month. Because it's really just spending enough money to hack the algorithm.
So 6ix9ine was right. Is that what you're trying to say?
What was he saying? Depends on what he said. Right about what?
No, he said something about they took his number 1 by buying streams for some artists.
Yeah, I mean, like, the
Yeah.
reality is they're not
Bundles
going
or
to
something?
do it, and it doesn't make sense to do it with something that's not already a moving train.
Right.
Got it.
When it's already a moving train, the public won't know
even
the difference.
wonder, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a song that genuinely has 500 million streams, if we juice it and now it has 900 million, like I said, you're not going to sit there and be like, nah, I don't believe it has 900 million because it's massive, organic.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Donda and what was it, Certified Lover Boy, when we were all really fixated on who was going to be number one.
Yeah.
Whoever was number one, theoretically, they could have just paid and be
For
like,
sure.
And it almost makes me sorry.
But it's like the labels are it's a business. They're looking at it like we're protecting our investment.
Of course.
One.
Yeah.
And we're trying to obtain as much of the market share as possible.
Yep.
And they also know this is just like a psychology thing. It's like fake commotion ends up creating real commotion.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You want
Like,
to see what the
if
deal
I'm just
is.
over here making a spectacle and it's a fake spectacle, the fake spectacle attracts real eyes, and now
Right.
the real eyes are over here like, what is that spectacle?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And now I have real people tuned in off of fake commotion.
Yeah.
And so here's a question, because we all see academics that post about who sells what in the first week or whatever. I think it was French Montana had like a really bad first week.
Right.
Is that French Montana standing on his own honor and being like, I refuse to play into this, buy any streams? Or do you think the label might be like, I'm assuming it's with a label, would be like, we're kind of done with you, and you're going to have an embarrassingly low number because it's the real number, whereas everybody else getting inflated, but your shit is going to sit low.
I don't know what his situation. Well, I know like French is my guy, and I actually like helped him get the deal that he has.
I think French is great. That's why
I think he's. But it's like, either sometimes maybe it's not just so transparent where they're like, hey, do you want to fake your streams or not? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or it's like, it's not a moving train. So we're not going to push the button on it because it's not a moving train yet.
Yeah, if the album came out with some heat, then they could put
Put it like this,
sauce
right?
on it.
Put it like this, full transparency. Now, I also know, and I've said this in interviews before, like this is the thing I'm like worried about. It's like me pointing the finger and calling shit out. All that's going to happen is people are like, no. You're faking your stream. You know what I'm saying?
You know so much.
Right. Like, how do you know? And you were on the phone. Nah, and you know what? Who even listens to Russ? You're faking your stream. But
you got people coming out to shows. I think that's the difference maker right there.
Real bodies.
That
But
could be
I will
what
say
India
this
was
for full
crazy.
transparency. This is the truth. 315 is a song I have that I put out, I don't know, 3 years ago. And right now it's doing, 500,000 streams a day on Spotify. There was a time where it was doing 800 and 900,000, right? And the threshold to go into today's top hits is like they want to see you getting like 1.1, right? And that's like, once you're in today's top hits, over with, right? So we got on the phone because I was like, Milan, I hit my manager, I was like, Milan, see what this guy, like, because I've like, low-key, I'm like planning like a fucking Vice documentary. I'm like exposing those. I'm like, Milan, hit this guy, like, what is the like process of this shit? But it's like, so he talks to him and he's like, look, you got to fake his voice. This is the perfect song to do it because it's crushing organically.
Nobody's going to know the difference between 200,000 streams.
315 organically was the number, before TikTok and Billboard did the thing where there was a Billboard chart for TikTok songs. 315 was the number one song on TikTok in the world. You know what I mean? Organically. So once again, if I was to boost that, what is anyone going to say?
Right.
No, I hear it everywhere on TikTok, so it kind of checks out. Makes sense.
Right.
And we talked to the dude, or Milan talked to him, and told us, it's like an 8 to 12 week campaign. You spend 35, 40 grand and like, that's it. And then it's out of here. Wow. And now guess what? Now it goes from, once again, it goes from 800,000 organic streams a day to now maybe it is doing that 1.2 million threshold. And now Spotify puts it in today's top hits.
And now it's at
boom,
2 million.
Boom. You see what I'm saying? And now radio's like, wait, this is a smash.
It's a multiplier.
And so all of a sudden, that extra 400,000 streams that are fake get a whole bunch of real ears and but I just could not live with myself if I did it because the reason why, and I'm gonna be honest, it's so tempting.
Yep.
Right?
Of course.
I've even tweeted about it before where it's like, wait a second. If everyone's on steroids, am I an idiot?
Really, though?
It's the baseball shit.
That's a great analogy.
Am I being naive and almost childish where it's like, I'm sitting here still trying to like play the game the right way.
Right.
And everyone else is like, dog, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, we're all doing this, right? And so I start, I oscillate with like yes and no every day, but I just have faith and I know that house is going to come crumbling down and I don't want to be in it when it does. Because guess what it'll do? It won't just be, oh, Russ, you faked the streams on 315. It'll send the whole catalog into question.
Yep.
Right.
Especially because
that would fucking ruin me.
And especially because you're
what I'm
independent.
saying? Right.
If you're not independent, if you're already part of the label system,
right.
even if you put it all into question, they wouldn't be incentivized to tear them down. But to you, there are people I'm sure that are part of the industry that have heard all the shit that you said and then see your success without them, and they're like,
they're waiting for me to fake the second 100%. If I did it, it would be Russ is faking his streams.
And let this be a lesson to all other independent artists.
Right, because guess what that narrative is? Now the narrative would be, see, you can't get real success without independent unless you fake your streams. You gotta be with a major. So like, I just feel I owe it not just to myself, but to the whole like independent community to do it the real way. And look, if that means that I have a ceiling here, then so be it. But at least this is real. Why are y'all doing billions of streams and the tickets don't matter?
PrizePicks.com.
Yeah. It's like I've been saying, a lot of this is very interesting. And it's like I've been saying in the past few videos like this. This is known. This is a thing. He's not speculating, right? This is not speculation at all. This is fully happening. It is a campaign. It is a game. I loved the steroids analogy. I think that is perfect. Everybody can understand that. Yeah, we're all doing steroids. Why wouldn't you do it? Like, and you wouldn't notice. But I don't like how, for somebody that's smaller, that's not signed, or even goes the same with like YouTube and Instagram, other social medias where you can use bots or whatever and buy followers and streams and likes and hearts and thumbs ups and, all of it. Subscribers, right? It's like if they catch you doing that, then you get blocked. Then you get shadow bans. Then you get this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, and the thing is like, just don't do it. It's not worth it. But then you hear and see all these other people and you're just like, they just came out of nowhere or type of thing. And you're just like, what's going on here? It's just weird. It's weird. It's shady. It's just what it is. I don't know. It's kind of lame, but it's reality. It's the game, right? It's reality. What are you going to do? He seems like a very cool guy, actually. Russ seems very cool. Like, very down to earth, I'm glad he's around doing what he's doing. I don't know too much of his music. I remember forever ago, probably like 5 years ago, there was a song that I did a play along to on my Instagram. This is when I used to actually use Instagram. I don't give a shit. I actually hate Instagram. I think it was Wife You Up. Yeah, Russ, Wife You Up, that I did a play along to. Yeah, 2017. That was literally when it was. Yeah, around then. I used to just go on Spotify and find whatever new track or new song that I liked. I might like the bass too or something like that, and I would just do a play along and put it up. I don't think it's on YouTube. I think it's just on my Instagram. Anyways, yeah, very cool. I mean, that's the game. That's the business. It's a machine, and it is a business. They're talking about market share. It is fully business. They're trying to win. They're trying to make money. It is about making money. That's it. That's it. They don't care about all those other things. You are the product. If you make the music, you are the product, right? All of that. They're trying to get the product at the cheapest price possible and mark it up as high as they can. That's the game, right? That's what it is. That's business. There you go. And get that margin. All right. Awesome. Thank you guys. Catch you in the next video.